First leg, Michael to throw first. Game on.
And that's what they are playing for, the title of German Darts Open Champion 2018. Both men have picked up titles in the past. They've both been the World Youth Champion. Smith in 2013, Hopp 2 years later, but without doubt, this is the biggest match of Max Hopp's career.
23.
And as well as the title, an important £25,000 of prize money to the winner, £10,000 to the runner-up, which could be crucial, particularly for Max in his
140.
position.
First task has been in the 20 minutes or so since the semi-final to bring himself back down to earth after that incredible
100.
last four clash against the world champion Rob Cross. We've mentioned what Max Hopp has been doing over the last few weeks.
140.
He's now beaten 8 of the world's top 20 in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, to hold his nerve against Rob Cross, went to a deciding leg, 1-2-1, finishing on the bullseye.
96.
And it was dead centre, wasn't it? A perfect bull dart. But now the bully boy, the man in the way.
57.
He's already picked up a couple of titles this year. He's got a UK Open qualifier. He's won a Players' Championship title too. Maybe he'll go on to complete the full set in 2018 by winning a Euro Tour crown and 58. Then potentially his first major, his first big TV title somewhere along the line. 104 for starters.
64.
And still very much in the mix in the Premier League as well, Michael Smith.
Yeah, second place behind Michael van Gerwen.
As they head to Rotterdam for the double-header this week, Wednesday and Thursday, building up towards finals night
93.
at the O2 Arena in London next month.
40.
Loves double 10.
Game shot in the first leg.
And that's why.
Michael Smith.
And yeah, you
Second
mentioned
leg
the Premier
match
League.
two, so
Well,
first, game on.
just cast your mind back to Thursday night when Michael Smith was in the midst of his match against Rob Cross, which he lost
59.
under the bright lights of a big stage Premier League in front of thousands of fans. Max Hopp was quietly going about his business, qualifying for this and the next
140.
European Tour event in Graz next weekend, winning 6 matches on the night. And who would have dreamt then that it would lead
100.
to this for Max Hopp? He's won 11 matches since Thursday night. If he can make it 12,
96.
they'll sign a cheque for 25 grand to him. But more important than that, he'll become a senior PDC champion. He's the first German player, in fact, to have appeared in a PDC ranking final.
Well, he certainly earned it with that run that he's had to get here.
98.
And playing that number of matches and seeing off. We mentioned the reigning world champion Rob Cross, but
133.
also beating Joe Cullen, Benito van der Pas, and notably the number 2 seed Peter Wright, who had contested the opening 2 finals
58.
alongside Michael van Gerwen.
132.
Yeah, he's not fallen into this position at all, Max Hopp. Has he got
60.
something left in the tank on a huge, huge night? This is what they've all been waiting for. Max Hopp to rise.
$145. Michael, you require 72.
A good setup shot, but Smith has a chance to break. He's got a couple of darts. At double 12.
Game shot
Needs
in the
just
second
one.
leg. Michael Smith.
And Michael Smith has already
Michael Smith
started
first.
to
Game on.
at least crumple the script somewhat.
Yes, yeah, he's been looking good, Michael Smith, today. And saw off the man who, for the second year in a row, beat Michael van Gerwen at the quarterfinal stage here. Ian White saw him off in some spectacular fashion with a 7-1 victory and a 107.2 average in his semi-final earlier this evening.
Yeah, he's bidding to make moves up the world rankings too. Michael Smith was 10th before this tournament. He's already leapfrogged James Wade. Could leapfrog Simon Whitlock too into 8th spot. on the main order of merit.
And we've been talking, well,
99.
for a while now, but even this weekend about the love of the sport of darts that Germany have, and wherever the sport goes, whichever venue gets packed out, more and more tournaments being staged here for that reason, and how they've been desperate for a player to break through and emerge and play among the elite at the latter stages of the TV tournaments.
The thing is too, it's come at a time when people were starting to question if Max Hopp would ever be the man that would deliver for them. Of course, he's given them some fantastic moments in his still fledgling career. He's only 21, for goodness sake, but spent a couple of years in the darting doldrums. He hadn't reached any kind of quarter-final since his first on the European Tour back in 2016.
43.
And then all of a sudden, seemingly out of a clear blue sky, he's reached 3 in 3 weeks. And this one converted into a semi and then a final. Smith misses 2 at tops, but Hopp is too far back. And is he going to find himself too far back in the final very, very quickly?
Yes, it's all coming together very nicely indeed for Max Hopp.
100. Michael, you've acquired 40.
But Michael Smith has a chance for a 3-0 lead on that
Michael
double
Smith.
top.
Fourth leg, Max, to
Devastating on it
Game
yet
on.
again there. First to 8 legs on the European Tour final now. Slightly longer format as Max Hopp looks to get his first 180 of the match.
And Michael Smith says, anything you can do, I can do.
180.
And the 180th, 180 there of this tournament.
Well, I rather hope we get the 181st in this leg.
140.
Good responses from Max Hopp. Michael Smith winning the first 3 legs here. Well, the last time they met, in fact the only time they ever met, he didn't get a single leg against Max Hopp at UK Open qualifier in 2015. Max Hopp beat the Bully Boy 6-0.
57.
Wow. So there's not going to be a repeat of that scoreline tonight, that's for sure. There's a long way to go.
80.
And we've seen how strong Max has been at battling when he gets involved in dogfights with opponents in recent weeks, and this weekend in particular.
Well, he's got to go for the treble 18. And you'd have quite fancied him to peg the ball the way he's been hitting it. Might want to swap nicknames because he's certainly been the bully boy in this tournament. But Michael Smith indulging in some bullying here, can't quite find the double for a big check out, and you feel that this has to really go for Max to get himself into the clash.
Game shot the 4th leg. Max Hopp.
Yeah, that was a big double, as you say, Chris.
Game on.
That really would have helped flatten the crowd's enthusiasm if that big 148 checkout had gone in from Smith, but Max Hopp keeping the tie alive, that's for sure.
And we saw in the semi-final, the closer it gets, the louder they get, the more involved they get.
134. $100.
All right, stick with the maximizer, Matt, because we've been firing in plenty of 180s, as you can see there.
95.
The 20th of the tournament. Not many men can outscore Michael Smith. Granted, he's played a match fewer.
131.
Yes, he's been banging in the maximums and holding his nerve to hit the winning doubles when it's mattered.
150.
And that's a maturity which
Max, you've acquired 57.
maybe at times we hadn't seen in the past from Max Hopp.
Well, this would be for a break of throw. Double 2 to complete a dozen dart leg.
52.
Smith
Michael,
just missed a
you
double for
require
a 148. Might need to take out the 149, not going to. Massive moment for Max Hopp.
59.
Double 2 for a
Max,
break
you
of throw.
require 4.
Oh, double 1. He's ended up in the madhouse a number of times this weekend.
Michael, you require 90.
And another big moment, you feel, but he's got to hit the double 15, and he does.
On the 5th leg.
For 4-1 now.
6th leg, Max.
Yeah, a chance.
First.
Snatched away by Michael Smith there. Max Hopp needs to regroup. He got himself in a very, very strong position in that leg. Of course,
100.
these European Tour finals now first to 8 legs. So he's not in as big a hole as he would have been had this final occurred last year.
177.
The way Smith's throwing, he's rapidly approaching it.
Yeah, Smith looking to add to his 4 European Tour titles.
60.
Yeah, it's an 8th European Tour final too for Michael Smith. Often plays his best darts here, but he's, as you mentioned
58.
before, returned to the Premier League in some style.
His last European Tour win broke up the dominance of 2017 from Peter Wright and Michael van Gerwen. With victory in Gibraltar over Mensur Suljovic.
Yeah, that was a very, very important win in Michael Smith's self-assessment
59.
in his career. He said it's where he was able to recapture the belief that he could win tournaments again. And he's already won a couple this year. If he were to win this, he would match his best ever tally. That was in 2015 when he won 3 titles.
60. Max, you require
And we're only in
97.
April. Now Hopp needing 96 to move back within 2. That time the dart did get in the way, so Michael Smith.
Michael, you require
Well, he's had attempts at 148 and 149. Can he take out 147? Not this time.
131.
So Topster again reduced the arrears to 2 legs
40.
for Max Hopp.
That's a long way off. Closer.
Game
And in, and that
6th leg. Max
could be
Hopp.
very, very important
7th
with
leg,
Michael Smith perched
Game on.
on a double. Hopp just slams the door shut. Stays in touching
98.
distance.
Yeah, Smith tasting victory in Gibraltar last year. The European Tour returns to the Victoria Stadium in June of this year. But next weekend, just over the border from Germany into Austria, the players, a new venue, Premstatten, for the Austrian Darts Open.
Yeah, both these players will be there. Max Hopp earning that double qualification. And then, as I was saying, it's a far cry from last year. He was struggling to qualify for many of these events. It's an absolutely incredible turnaround in his fortunes.
60. $102.
Down to a big finish, and the crowd just gone a bit quiet. And Michael Smith will have to try and use that to his
59.
advantage, because
Michael,
as you
you
said,
require
the closer his matches have got
167.
during the afternoon, the louder the crowd have got to cheer on their man.
60.
Yeah, they're gripped by the occasion. They're all feeling it. They're all... It's a strange atmosphere, really, in a game of darts where the whole crowd are with one player.
100. Michael, you
You
require
can just hear clusters of the
107.
crowd trying to get him going, but Many of them as nervous as him.
67.
Yes, and hope you're as gripped by wherever you're watching us as the 3,000 fans in the Saarlandhalle are here tonight.
81.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much
Michael, you require 40.
the price of a seat was, but most of them have only used the edge of it.
Game shot the 7th leg. Michael Smith. 8th leg.
He might be
Max to
sitting
go
back a
first.
little now because
Game on.
Michael Smith is threatening to just bully Max Hopp out of this final.
Yes, anytime Max looks like he might
100.
start getting anywhere near the coattails of Michael Smith turns the screw and wins another leg.
100.
He's a role model for the likes of Max Hopp to follow, though, Michael Smith. There was a time when he would not have been able to deal with this situation. Michael Smith was known for
100.
maybe a little bit of immaturity in his earlier years, but we've seen the boy become the man in the last couple of seasons. And he might well be the man tonight.
180.
Yes, he certainly earned his place and deserves his place
140.
among the game's elite, Michael Smith, and certainly proven to be worthy of a return to the Premier League this year.
I just feel that Max Hopp needs something like this,
161.
and it is the Hopp, the 161. Not going to happen, and the bully boy want to finish. It requires just one treble.
97. Michael, you require 130. $94.
Doesn't find one,
Max,
but
you
again,
require
a
64.
pressure shot. Smith waiting on a double.
And again, needs to hit it, you feel. Looking at double 8.
56.
Can't hit it. Could again be a big
Michael, you
moment
require 36.
with Michael poised on double 18. Double 9.
18.
Can't hit it, so another lifeline for Max.
Yes, Michael Smith squandering 3 clear darts at double, and now Max Hopp must fill his boots. And does. And again, he just clings to the coattails of the St Helens man. Is there a twist in the tail?
140.
Yes, back to within 2 legs again. Smith kicks off with a ton 40. Max just taking his time before approaching the board.
You mentioned the lull in the crowd a few moments ago.
100.
Just get the sense, like Phil Collins always tells us before these European Tour finals, that there may be something in the air tonight. Could be the calm before the storm. Is one brewing from the Maximizer?
That 13 darts were obviously the highlight in terms of the legs.
100.
Almost 5 points disparity on the average.
Solid stuff, it's respectable stuff for a man in his first PDC final, but we know that he's got more. We've seen it in the semi-final.
60.
And if he can just move up a gear, he could really, really trouble Michael Smith, because he's not
58.
quite at his brilliant best.
Yeah, Max's overall tournament average going into this game was 94.6, but it would have been higher than that had he not got embroiled in that battle with Benito van der Pas and missing umpteen doubles. Michael Smith's tournament average just over 100, 100.3.
Michael, you require
Going into this final.
146.
Well, that first loose start wouldn't have mattered had he kept straight on the final one, but Hopp has left himself a big
96.
3-figure combination
Max, you require 137.
by finding the treble one with the last. Would have been a better break chance. Michael Smith on 50. You're looking at 10, maybe even the treble. Tops it is. And tops he gets, and a little shush to the crowd. Not sure that's wise.
Game on.
Just 2 more legs needed. Now first to 8 in the European Tour finals.
81.
And whatever happens here, if Michael Smith just continues to steamroller in this final and see off the job in the next few minutes, it has been a remarkable weekend for Max Hopp. A man who in 2012 rocked up on the European Tour as a 16-year-old and beat the likes of Steve Beaton and Terry Jenkins in the run to the last 16. Made his World Championship debut later that year, and since then he's had the hopes of a nation firmly placed on his shoulders. And at times he's found it difficult to deal with.
Yes, it's great for him, it's great for the profile of German darts as well. And just having a look at social media before the final, you know, the amount of people talking about Max Hopp. His profile is sure to rise even further, not only in Germany, but the world of darts generally.
Great visit from Max Hopp.
133.
Smith on a huge out. This would really hurt. It would really, really hurt. Not going to happen. Hopp once again in that position where he needs to go out because Michael Smith has left himself a double.
18 for double 16 is the way he's going. Double 8. Another big moment. And he can't hit it.
Michael, you require
well, it was right on the wire. So near, yet so far. Double 9. 9. And will it be Yar for Max Hopp when he returns?
Max, you require 16.
Is this another of those twists? Yet again, it would reduce the arrears to just 2 legs.
Max Hopp. 11th leg, Michael to first. Game on.
Just can't quite get rid of him.
93.
Has had a couple of chances to really put this game to bed. And the more that happens, will both of these players start to get the sense that it's somehow written in the stars in Saarbrücken this weekend.
140.
A solid start from both players to this 11th leg.
91.
Oh, bounce out, not what
38.
Smith was needed.
Certainly not, and there's a real chance here. If Max Hopp can pile in a couple of trebles. There's one. That's all he needed to leave a finish. He wants to do much better than that.
180.
Now then, tables may be turning.
60. Max, you require 90.
For 6-5, and to really give Michael Smith something to think about. Well, it won't happen now. We will tidy up and hope that Michael Smith can't take out this grandstand shot of 170. He won't do. So to go to within 1 leg
94.
of the number 4 seed.
Max, you require
Double
12.
6 for Max Hopp.
Well, if he hits it, just keep your ears peeled
for
that roar.
Max Hopp.
Game on in this German Darts Open final. It had started to look
12th leg Max to
as if Michael
third.
Smith
Game
would
on.
coast to the crown. Max Hopp wouldn't go away, and now he's in it. He's in it to win it.
A crucial break of flow.
60.
A raise of the eyebrows from Michael Smith to his team.
100.
He's just not been able to shrug off the German, Michael Smith. And now he is right back in it.
140.
And Michael Smith will need to dig deep here if he is to prevent the fairy tale and break those German hearts tonight.
Given the chance, I don't think he'll buckle. If he was going to do that, it would have happened against Rob Cross, but he planted a dart right in the middle of the bullseye to win it.
130.
Yeah, that's an immense bottle from Hopp in that semi-final.
Could not have been under more pressure.
100. Max, you acquire 164.
And he's moments away from levelling this up and making it a race to 2 legs.
100.
How can Smith respond? He's hit one treble. Another one would
100.
be nice. It's
Max,
just a
you
ton.
acquire 64.
Great dart, double eights. It
Game
is level,
on the 12th
and
leg.
it's on.
Max Hopp.
The fairy tale
13th leg
continues.
to the first. Game on.
And I'll tell you what, Mike, you were here last year. This German Darts Open is only 2 years old. It's
93.
probably provided the best 2 finals on the European Tour in terms of drama.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
not sure what twist this tale has got in the end.
Yeah, Benito van der Pas had a European Tour victory in his hands, but was denied by Peter Wright
100.
in the epic final last year, and this one is turning into another classic.
Not got the astronomical
140.
averages. Benito van der Pas was 110 in that final, but it's got drama, it's got tension, it's got narrative, and it's got the German number 1 potentially
40.
en route to delivering finally to the millions of German darts fans that have been waiting for a moment like this.
Those 3 legs in a row
58.
to bring him all square. And it's now effectively the best of 3. The
91.
best of 5, of course, being first to 8 in the final.
140.
Still beautifully poised for any neutrals watching.
Yeah, Smith still in control. He's got the throw, he's down to a finish first. He could move within 1. Hopp needs to find a treble. He's an expert at doing it with a dart like that. He
100.
practices that shot
Michael
more than
Ewan
probably
Wyatt,
any other player on the
70.
tour. 70, plays 170. It's 2 darts.
50.
2 darts missed.
Max, you acquire
Well, this couldn't happen, could it?
170.
170 at this point in the final. Surely not.
He's taken out a 161. Surely not. It's on, you know. Bullseye, which would raise the roof here in Saarbrücken. His partner can't watch.
In terms of finishers in any match of darts, this would be incredible.
Oh,
Not ball.
123. Michael, you acquire 20.
Well, it's usually trusty 10 for Michael Smith.
Games
And he's
on
dodged
the
a bullet
13th
there.
leg. Michael Smith. 14th leg Max to throw first. Game on.
yes, one more he's saying. One more, that's all Michael Smith needs. Get the job done.
100.
The heart must have been racing when Max Hopp plonked a couple of treble 20s in. I know mine was. Still is.
96. 100.
They see not much between them.
Not at all. Well, there's a ton 80.
180.
The first ton 80 that Michael Smith's hit for a while.
A question asked.
Yeah.
Here comes the answer.
180.
Superb stuff.
It really, really is.
55.
Almost unthinkable before this tournament.
121.
But here is Max Hopp on the brink of forcing a last leg decider in the final. He loves treble 17 followed by the bullseye. He absolutely loves it.
97.
Well,
Michael, you acquire
Move the wire.
170.
Well, your turn, Michael.
well, he's hit one. Oh, he can't hit the second.
100.
So 25
Max,
to take
you
us
acquire
to
25.
a 15th and deciding leg in this German Darts Open final. Well,
Tense. Can he gather himself?
double four.
Gains from the
He does, you know.
Max Hopp.
We are going all the way.
15th
Michael
and
Smith
deciding
may have
leg.
the dart.
Michael to the best.
But Max
Game
Hopp
on.
has the hearts of 3,000 fans in this arena. And is the volley boy going to break them?
180.
This has been absolutely superb. A fitting finale to a fantastic weekend of darts and a fantastic ride to the
100.
final. His first ever European final by Michael Smith.
Why?
By Max Hopp, I should say. Michael Smith is the man standing him in his way.
60. Thank you.
That's why we love this sport. Blow for blow. Incredible drama on that stage. And we've reached the point of the cliffhanger.
140.
Nothing in it. 7-7, 2-6-1 left each.
100.
Michael Smith won't be showing any sympathy to his opponent or the 3,000 German compatriots backing their man. He wants a 5th European Tour trophy to his name.
Well, both of these players are going to be on finishers as long as Max Hopp stays straight. He's stepped back just to keep his composure. He's on a better finish. It could not be any more in the balance.
161.
Another, oh, it won't happen. Needed a second
97.
treble. Is this the moment?
Max, you acquire 121.
He beat the world champion Rob Cross in his semi-final with a 1-2-1 checkout. Can he do it again to win the final?
He's going to get a dart, barring a disaster. It's at the bullseye. He's been hitting the bullseye. Hit it to beat Rob Cross. Can he nail it to beat the bully boy and lift the roof off this place? Incredible! Absolutely incredible! Max Hopp, well, he should be called the bully boy. He's landed the bullseye again. A 1-2-1 to win a last leg decider in the semi-final against the world champion Rob Cross. He's done it again in the final. An astonishing story. What a story here in Saarbrücken. It superseded what we saw last year. And what a moment. A huge, huge day for Max Hopp. A huge, huge day for German darts. Max Hopp has stood and he has delivered. Germany has a hero and his name is Max Hopp, a European Tour champion. He'll be back next weekend in Austria and he'll be